Well, this is my second video on installing a clutch master cylinder on a 1984 Corvette. If you missed the first one, you missed quite the battle. It fought me every step of the way. And in the final round, I got the L whenever I stripped out the hard line going into the master cylinder. So this week in the garage, I'm going to be replacing the old stripped out cross-threaded hard line with a new used one and putting in another brand new master cylinder. Hopefully this time I don't screw it up. I really want to drive this car again. Well, the threads on the old hard line are just completely shot. So luckily I got a friend in the C4 Corvette business and I got a whole new used line. So I gotta go underneath, remove the bolt that holds this part to the slave cylinder and the part that connects it to the firewall, and take out the old line first. All right, just slide under here real quick, kind of see what this situation looks like. Oh, that's not bad. It's not horribly inaccessible at all. I don't even think I need a line wrench. I think I can use a socket. I'll just have to take this bolt out of here, and then this one right here where it bolts into the actual car. Got it. Well, apparently there's still some fluid left in there. Gonna try 7mm on this little guy up here. See? Nailed it. First try. My dad would be so proud. It just broke right on off, didn't it? It's cool though. That stuff doesn't bother me at all. It's fun. It's just part of the game. So what do you expect? It's an old car. Stuff's gonna break, right? It's fun. So as you can see, this is my new part, my new used part, the undamaged one. And this is what I did to the one that was in my car, the one that just came out. As you can clearly see, oh, this guy's a rookie. So I just gotta get it under the car, run that up, put the original bolt back in, and then I'll be where I started from. Now that I got that loosely in there, I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of the jack and the jack stand to just get it out of my way for the rest of this install. This time around, I'm gonna take the battery out. With the battery out, that should give me a little more room to work. And subscriber David Eckelberry said it might be a good idea to pull this cruise control off also. I'll do that if necessary. Hopefully just having that battery out to give me enough. So I got my new master, spacer, my 2 bolts, and a 13 millimeter on a wobble socket. This is where I went wrong last time. I torqued it all the way down, but what I'm gonna do is just barely have it in there. So I have as much play as possible to be able to thread that line before I torque it down. Important step in the process. I know this now. But I wouldn't have known this now if I wouldn't have made some mistakes. Lucky it was only a $40-something mistake and not a multi-$1,000 mistake, so I'll be grateful for that. I'm gonna put everything together first. Try to set it in position and then just use the extensions and the socket to just, like I said, barely turn that on there. Go in from the top. Bring that hand underneath. Set in place. Oh, wow. I can just get to the top one easily without the battery in there. I highly recommend taking out the battery, at least. That just made a huge difference. All right, I got that top one in there. Let's slide this one underneath. Okay. All right, so having this very movable and having this be very movable, honestly, not having it on the firewall is probably a bonus. Makes this whole situation just much easier to get lined up. So now, instead of violently torquing this down with a wrench, it's gonna gently finger tighten it in there. And if I get any resistance, I'm out. Backing it out. See, I got that finger tight almost all the way down. I was wrenching on that thing way up here. So there should be there should be no resistance. So that thing gets down on the bottom, and then the very bottom, tighten it down with the line wrench. Pretty confident in that one now. Yay. Yes. That's the way you're supposed to do it. All right, still haven't officially tightened anything in there. It's still all very loose, and I'm going to keep it that way until I secure the master cylinder onto the pedal, because I learned from experience last time also, you want to have a little bit of play in there too to be able to wiggle that thing on. I'm also pretty sure that depending on when your C4 was released, the clutch pedal pin may be a different size. So my car has the pin, washer, and if I had a hole in my pinky, I could better demonstrate, but since I don't, one of these pins goes through a hole and then you flare that thing out and that holds it on. That's how mine is. Others might be pin, and then you get this little plastic piece that came with it, and then that goes through this hole, and then onto the pin, and then you put this little piece over that situation. Mine does not work this way. I think it's just a thicker size pin that either goes directly into this or a thinner size pin that you need this little plastic adapter. But don't quote me on any of that. So the next part of this project is crawling in there and putting all that together.
So there it is. I managed to get a little video of what I'm trying to do. Trying to get, well, the silver shiny circle piece looped around the circle piece that has a hole in it. Pop that on there, then washer, and then a pin through the hole in that pin. Trying to hold this camera here and do it will not be possible. Ha! Just popped right on. Sweet. I'm gonna go get the washer and the pin thing. That was easy. Okay, I just gotta get that washer on. Got it. Yes. Now, this little pin in that little hole. Got it. I got it bent. It's on. Oh, that was so much easier than the last time. That went smooth. Yes. That is so awesome. That took like, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes, whereas last time it took like 2 to 5 hours. And I'm only slightly exaggerating when I say that. So that is a win. Yes. Now I got everything loosely in place. It's time to get everything snug down. But before I do, I just want to mention that on each side of this that connects to the master cylinder, there is a washer. These little copper washers. And they are actually crush washers, and you're not supposed to reuse those. So I went to the parts store, got a new pack. I'm going to put a fresh one on each side of the new line before I get it all snugged down. I got everything tightened down. That seemed to have went well. Snugged that line,
at the very end with the 14mm line wrench. Got some fluid in the reservoir. So now the next step is to figure out how to make the fluid go from here down to the slave cylinder. Right now, I have the bleeder open and I have this sitting here, seeing if it will gravity bleed. I really have my doubts it's going to just gravity bleed, because it would have to go up that line and then down. And up is not gravity. I gave it a couple pumps on the clutch pedal to see if that would kind of get it rolling. It did not. So I'm probably going to have to force it down with my homemade gadget thing, which is a highly unprofessional homemade contraption that I'm not 100% sure if it is sealing good enough to do the job. Well, gravity's not working, so I'm going to give this homemade gadgetry a shot. It's basically a garden sprayer with an old master cylinder full reservoir cap attached to it. The problem I had with this last time is it wasn't 100% airtight seal. So I'm just gonna wrap the reservoir with some Teflon tape and see if that will at least give me enough seal to just, give it enough of a pump to get it flowing. I feel like if I can just get it from the master cylinder into the line and down in there, even if there is some air, at least get the ball rolling and can take care of the rest later. It's supposed to be self-bleeding, so I'm just hoping can get it going and then just pump it 50,000 times. It'll be good. Not sure how it's gonna work. Just give it a go and find out. Really don't have a clue how much to put in here, so I don't know. We'll give that much a shot. Just like, I don't know, 3/4 of this container. Get it nice and tight. So I'm just trying to get out as much air as I can, give it a few pumps, get it rolling out. Whenever the fluid gets to the top, I'm just gonna pop it on there and make a little mess. Waiting. Oh. If this doesn't work, they make a special cap for this that you can use that's airtight. Maybe, there we go. Oh yeah. Wait. No. I got all excited when I saw it dripping down there, but it was just the amount that I just spilled putting the cap on. I think that's... Just give a nice little gentle push. Pumpage. Huh. Ooh. Oh, we got bleedage. Oh yeah. She's tight. Success. There's fluid all the way down the line. There might be a little layer in there I still have to work out. But it's flowing. Nice. I guess I should just take this lid off and maybe depressurize it here first. Ooh. That thing was trying to suck that Teflon tape down the tube. I don't think it actually happened, but man, it was trying. It's probably a better idea to get the aftermarket cap or just not make, I don't know. This worked really great for cheap, but I almost had Teflon tape going down the line. I don't see any air bubbles coming out of that whatsoever right now, and it is firm. I think that might have did a really good job. Huh. I'll be damned. Well, I got everything put back together. The battery's in. And I think for the first time in over a month, it's possible that I could be driving this car. Just giving it some
humps. I don't know why. It's build up. I don't know. Let's see. See what happens. Hee 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 hee. Oh, yes. Oh. Man, it's only been like 4 or 5 weeks, but it feels like I haven't driven this car in forever. This is just such a fun car to drive. Man, I love that feeling of fixing something. And it's especially good when it beats you up the first time, you come back for round 2, and it all just goes nice and smooth like this did. I couldn't ask for a smoother install the second time around. Kind of make up for the trials and tribulations of the first time. That ought to wrap things up for this week. I think I'm going to take this car and just drive around the country roads a little bit, and then probably give it a good bath. If you made it this far into the video, I really, really appreciate you. Hope you got a little bit of entertainment out of my battle saga with the clutch master cylinder on this car. If you subscribe to the channel, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And if you haven't, I would be honored if you would subscribe if you want to check out some of the things I got going on with this car and other cars in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week.